Hey everyone, I hope you are all feeling creative today. If not, follow along. I'm going to be painting a coffee cup that I doodled on, and if you are unsure of how to do this, I have a video that I will link to in the description on how to draw and paint on just regular coffee cups. This one is from Starbucks, and I just doodled on it with some black marker, and I'm painting it with some gouache and acrylic marker. But I wanted to talk a little bit about creativity today and just chat about how important it is and why creating is important, art is important, even if no one actually sees your art. I think when we create art, we're basically facing our own selves. There's a couple of things that happen when you create art. I think the first one is basically addressing your own inner self, your feelings and emotions. It is a way to process that and let go of a lot of things. There's a lot of letting go, and I talk about that a lot in my videos. There's a lot of letting go that's involved in art, letting go of perfection, letting go of what you expected. Just basically, you're always letting go to see what emerges. And I think that sort of parallels some good life lessons, letting go of control, letting go of trying to be perfect all the time, and letting go of the expectations of how you think things are supposed to be. I feel like art and creating really helps you do that, especially if you are someone who is a perfectionist or in your head a lot or overthinks. I'm truly describing myself, but art absolutely allows me to sort of get away from that, but also allows me to embrace uncertainty, embrace imperfection, embrace the process of letting go of my own expectations of what I thought I was going to create, and be pleasantly surprised about what shows up on the coffee cup or, on a canvas or even in like an art journal. Art is absolutely therapeutic and absolutely a great tool in life to help you process your own emotions and process your own life journey. It's really important to give yourself permission to be creative, permission to try new things, permission to fail. And there's no safer place to do that than in art. You can fail over and over and over again, and it's no big deal. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you can close your sketchbook or put that, doodled coffee cup away and move on. Even if you think you failed, when you put that away and you bring it out in 3 or 4 months, I've done this so many times, when you look at it again from different eyes, you look at it again from a different perspective, and maybe what you thought was failure ended up not being a failure. Maybe that's a seed that was planted to go in a different way with respect to your creativity. And again, that parallels real life. Is failure really failure, or is it a seed to something else? Is it a door to something else? Is it a way for you to try new things and do new things? So art is so important from a perspective of life lessons, and there's a lot of safety in it, especially if you're not showing it to anyone. The only person that's seeing it is you, and that's again why it's so important to create art even if no one sees it. Sharing your art is one of the scariest things you can do, but the joy that comes from sharing your art, whether it's good or bad, pretty or ugly, it doesn't matter what you think about it. It really doesn't matter, because you're putting it out there and you're connecting with other people that you never imagined that you would connect with, people from all over the world who appreciate your art. And again, it's not about being perfect. It's about a feeling. They feel something. Some kind of emotion that's associated with your art or with your process of creating art. This feeling of connection, where sometimes if you're hiding your art or you're not sharing your art, which everyone goes through their own phases and has their own comfort level, but if you're not sharing your art, you're kind of missing out on this opportunity to connect with other people that may be inspired by your art or your process or the creative things that you're doing, because creativity just builds upon itself. People get inspired creatively and go their own way with something you did and makes it their own. When you start creating on a regular basis, if you commit to creating regularly, regardless of whatever it is that you're creating, whether it's drawing, painting, sketching, whatever you love, when you start committing to that, you start getting to know yourself a little better. You start figuring out what you love. You start figuring out how to solve problems and basically embrace the unknown, embrace the unexpected. And it starts to become really fun. You start to see little things as special, especially if you are an artist. You look around you, you see things differently. And I think artists, and when I say artists, I mean anyone who creates, I think artists help other people see the world differently through their art, through their creations. And you are creating and you are communicating, but you're just not communicating with words. You're communicating with your creativity. Once you get to know yourself a little better and you get to figure out what you love and you start gaining that confidence that comes with expressing yourself and expressing what's in your heart, I think new doors open up and you see yourself differently, you see the world differently, and you see other people differently. You start feeling a connection not only to self, but you start feeling a connection to all things, the things around you, the things that you're observing. And it changes you. And I highly encourage everyone to pick up a pen, a pencil, a paintbrush, and start creating on a regular basis, because it just opens this door to something else. And it just feels really magical. Ultimately, for me personally, makes me a happier person. The thing I've learned is that art, it doesn't have to be serious to matter. It doesn't have to be serious to be important. The process of making art itself is what's important. Art can just be fun, and that alone makes it important. So I just think in a world that often prioritizes productivity, art reminds us that play and having fun has value too. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Happy sketching!